It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Next to me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it's the Washington Wizards as they'll be playing against the Toronto Raptors in their house, Air Canada Center. For the Raptors, 6 wins in their last 10 games. They'd like to play even better. Tonight, a chance to add to their win total. And here we are, start of a new season. So much drama coming out of the gate.
Drama for your mama.
Shaq, for the teams that are underperforming thus far, what can they do to try and right the ship?
Look, Ernie, it's early, so don't overreact. You can mix up the rotations a little bit. Don't be scared, coach. Do what you got to do.
Well, first, you got to keep believing in yourself. But I love these player-only games.
Oh, I'll bet you.
I did, man.
Really? You liked them?
Oh, because I used to, that's the only time I could really look in your face in front of the other 11 guys and tell you how I really feel about you.
Like, Akeem, you're killing us.
No, that never. It was more like, see, we should only give it to Akeem because he's the only one not killing us.
Oh.
The crowd is assembled at the Air Canada Center, looking for a Raptors victory here in Toronto. And we've got it live right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. The Washington Wizards coming to this one following a loss to Miami.
You know, their focus wasn't there in that one. Same with the shot selection.
I've seen worse shooting nights, but this was pretty bad, and it obviously cost them the game.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA?
Well, Kevin, one of the strengths of this Toronto Raptors team is its continuity. DeMar DeRozan said it goes a long way. Everybody knows everybody's game. It's just second nature now. Sometimes chemistry can beat talent, and I think we have that chemistry, given they have seen a lot and grown a lot together.
That shared experience and corporate knowledge, so important, DA. Thank you. And here in the early part of the season, Steve, when you played, did you have a favorite part of the regular season?
I did. I think right around All-Star break and afterwards, because now you know you have a chance or you're in the hunt. You got to start to pick this up to put you in a place for the postseason. But if you're not in the postseason, February starts to feel like a drag.
I bet, but when you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, at least now you got something to aim for, right?
Yes.
Ready, gentlemen? Ready?
It'll be the Raptors off the tip. And now Washington starting group. Morris and Gortat together down low. The deadly duo of Wall and Beal are in the backcourt. And it's Porter in at the 3. And Washington has possession. Wall dishes to Porter. And the rejection by Ibaka. Powell inside. He's covered by Beal. And that one drops for him. Powell's got the first basket of the game for the Raptors.
And there's the first bucket of the evening.
Should be an interesting game. Both teams coming in ready to do battle.
And here is Gortat. 17 points for him last game against Miami. A 3 from Morris. They get it back. And the rejection by Valanciunas. And they'll keep possession. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. And Wall. Here we go now. And finally they hit one.
There. They get it going. 1 for 4 now. Always feel good to get that first one.
Wall against Lowry. On the wing, DeRozan. Oh, and the jam by DeRozan.
Keeping the dribble, inviting contact. DeRozan's become a master at converting these.
There's a screen by Gortat. And Beal kicks to Gortat. Shoots the 3. Bradley Beal, and that's good. Beal's got his first 3 points of the game.
The defender was pretty much helpless right there. His man had a clear height advantage, and he got the exact kind of shot he wanted.
Screened by Valanciunas. Oh, that's short off the rim.
Not sure of the thought process on that one. Really bad shot selection.
Well, you're playing for the team, not just yourself. They needed much better execution that trip down the floor.
Now here's Porter. 17 points for him last game against Miami.
You know what? I also like how he attacked the glass. Gave a terrific effort in that department.
Toronto, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Powell with it. Now Beal defending. Powell, the pass to DeRozan. Dishes it to Lowry. Screened by Valanciunas. Pass to Powell. Shot clock at 5. From deep three-point range, he can't get it to go. Nice D from Porter. And Wall kicks to Porter. Morris into the lane. Chalk up 2 there.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
A lot of laziness going on out there. Still early in the game, but that needs to get worked out.
Well, you look at Markieff Morris, and you see a player, Greg, who is finally meeting his potential.
And you know what? Give credit to Morris because he's fallen in line with the team and the staff here. I think he's always had the talent to be an impact player. It just took a structured situation for him to really flourish, and I think he's found a home here in Washington.
Raptors trail by 4. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's DeRozan. That one a little long. Wizards have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Porter kicks to Gortat. It's stolen by Valanciunas. And oh, here we go. DeRozan. Nobody. Oh,
yes. Veteran move by DeRozan. Anticipates, causes the turnover, then sends him off to the races.
that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Under Armour. Another unleash chaos moment. Now here's Wall. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Miami.
And no one on defense could stay in front of him. He continually got pummeled and kept getting back to the stripe.
And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
Well, obviously, this was the strategy coming in. Feed him the rock and let him go to work.
Oh, a good open look, and he sprays it home from three.
He feeds it to Gortat. Back to Wall. Nice ball movement by Washington. Count it. Morris has got 5 now.
He's got the touch early. Coach, keep feeding him.
Now Lowry. 17 points in his last outing. Ibaka outside. Back to Lowry. It's DeRozan with the drive.
What a look from Lowry. Just knew he would be open.
Wizards have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Wall dishes to Porter. Valanciunas against Gortat. Pass to Morris. Over Ibaka. Again the miss by Morris.
When you defend a good mid-range shooter, this is how you contest without fouling.
And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for the Wizards.
And you can see how big a role the 3-point shot played in their offense. They were determined to spread the floor and just kind of open things up through their long-range game.
Here's DeRozan, and he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
The savvy and body control of DeRozan. It allows him to finish the play through contact and get to the line.
Now, one thing about DeMar DeRozan, he lives in the gym.
I mean, people talk about that he's always working on his game. They talk about him in the offseason being in the lab with all different type of trainers. And the results, they speak for themselves.
Last shot, gentlemen.
Well, Greg, for 2 straight seasons before this, the Wizards have had a starting 5 that all average double figures on the year. The engine of this offense, I think, is the backcourt, but they can all hurt you, don't you think?
No doubt about it, Kevin. Having a balanced offense like they do makes it tough for teams to prepare defensively. You can't just double or key in on Wall or Beal because they do a great job of facilitating. I think the bigger question moving forward is just going to be, what will the impact of that bench be? And ultimately, that's going to determine whether they can contend.
Powell kicks to Ibaka. Porter with the steal. Got a piece of it. Morris passes to Gortat. Outside, Beal. No good from outside. Toronto, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. And DeRozan kicks to Love. Screened by Valanciunas. And the dunk by DeRozan.
Keep your head on a swivel with DeRozan on the floor. He'll finish way up top with an alley-oop.
Wall against Lowry. Now here's Wall. Not a lot of room. And he uses the glass on the layup. Wall's got 6.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
The dish now to DeRozan. Over Porter. And it's DeRozan missing. Washington's gone just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. Lowry against Wall. And it's Beal in the corner. No good on the triple.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding you.
You know, there's no shame in passing out in that situation. Leave your ego at the door.
Porter kicks to Beal. Powell with the steal. Outside Lowry. Puts up a 3. Sinks the triple. 6 points for him.
If Lowry gets his feet set under him on a catch and shoot like that, the odds are it'll go in.
So timeout called here. The first for Washington. And you look at the Raptors, one of the top teams in the East, Greg, but do they have a chance to go all the way?
I think they're a threat to make the finals. Can they win it all? They may be a piece or 2 away, but still a young and aggressive core. They continue to try to add pieces, and this is a group that has proven they want to win and win now.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You look at the Raptors. They like where they stand right now, perched in that topmost position. And, of course, Washington just a few spots below there.
And for the Raptors, they've had just the kind of season you knew they were capable of. I mean, they've got all the talent in the world, but how about maximizing it to the fullest?
That's been the key. This coaching staff knows what their strengths are. They play to those strengths. That's how they've gotten the most out of their talent.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Miles, that's good.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Wizards trail by 5. Frazier dishes to Meeks. To the left wing. Oubre passes to Mahimi. Nogueira with the steal. Right against Frazier. And there's the foul. It's on Tim Frazier. That's his first foul. Washington on D. Here's Siakam. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. 5 on the clock. Here's Miles. And again, it's Toronto converting.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Wizards trail by 7. Frazier outside. On the wing, Scott. Now, here's Oubre. Defense right on him. They need this. And Wright pulls it down. Toronto leading by 7. And the wide open shot from Miles. And it's Meeks with the rebound. Outside, Scott. Frazier outside. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Smitty, you call college basketball games as well. We know you had a terrific career in East Lansing with Michigan State. We're starting to hear from some players, Ben Simmons for one, critiquing the college basketball system for the financial setup and the stringent eligibility rules. Do you give any credence to these complaints? Is the kid right? What changes you think might be made? It's a loaded question with a lot of answer, I'm sure, to it. But it's certainly on the tip of a lot of people's tongue right now.
And I think it should be. You've had some coaches coming out and saying there's some kind of way to be able to change this system and be able to benefit some of these players. I look at it some way, Kevin, where there's some kind of way you have an insurance policy for these guys or some kind of way that they'll be able to finish their degree, even go on to finish their master's degree as long as they want from any college, not just the college they came from. And I also think some kind of way there should be some kind of financial stipend for these guys.
And Frazier drops them both.
Well, when you look at this Washington team, the strength clearly lies in that backcourt. Wall and Beal, arguably the best backcourt in this league. They are the engine that motors this team with their scoring and playmaking.
Here's Anunoby. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And it's Miles missing. Frazier kicks to Meeks. It's deflected. Fast break Toronto. And here we go. And there's Miles. That's good on the assist by Wright. Miles has got 6 points.
And on the defensive side, just a failure to match up.
Well, the one thing you want to take away is anything at the rim. Just too easy.
There's Washington backcourt of Wall and Beal. Last season, Greg, they were able to both stay healthy, and Wizards fans finally saw just how potent they both could be.
And remember all those rumors how these two couldn't coexist? Well, they sure liked existing together last season. I mean, they really carried this group when it mattered, and both just explosive players who are not only leaders, but they're terrific two-way players for this franchise.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And a $30 million, 65,000 square foot practice facility for the Raptors opening back in 2016. Smitty, have you had a chance to check it out yet?
Yeah, I have not, but I've got a chance to see pictures. And as much as the players benefit, another key feature is the interactive operations room for management. A wall and conference table made up of giant touchscreens. Wow. Allowing them to pull up numbers and stats. It's like something out of a movie.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
All right, a chance to check out the stats for Nogueira. He's really stood out for them over the past month. He's averaging 6 points a game, 10 rebounds, and over 2.5 blocks. And for a reserve big man, not a big drop-off when he checks in the game.
Totally. You want your team to at least hold court when the reserves come in. He definitely keeps you solid up front.
First free throw is good.
And it's great to see how the Raptors have energized the city of Toronto and the whole country of Canada, in my opinion. They have some passionate fans, and guess what? A new generation falling in love with the game.
Mahimi hits them both. Well, the Raptors with terrific attendance rates, and playoff games are a hot ticket, Steve.
Yes, they are. There hadn't been a lot of postseason action in Toronto. The baseball and hockey teams are not exactly lighting it up, but the Raptors have been a bright spot for sure.
Now, here's Miles. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against New York. 1:14 left here in the first quarter. Here's Meeks. Good. Great play set up by Frazier.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Wright, the pass to Siakam. Back to Wright. Feeds to Miles. The three. Knocks down the three ball. Miles has got 9.
You like the aggressiveness, pushing all the right buttons. He has this team rolling.
Frazier dishes to Meeks. The kick out to Frazier. And it's Wright sending it back. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Passes it to Siakam. Back to Wright. The pass to Miles. Raptors get it back. Nogueira. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. This is his first free throw of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. And Nogueira drops them both. Now here's Frazier. Mahinmi a screen. Here's Scott. And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. The Raptors out in front. They're up by 10. We'll be back shortly live from the Air Canada Centre in downtown Toronto. And Serge Ibaka, known for his shooting ability now, he talked about the confidence his teammates and his coach instilled in him.
He trusts you. Every time he passes the ball, when you don't shoot, he's screaming you, shoot ball. Then next time what? You will shoot. And if you miss, you say, yeah, good shot. You know, and your coaches in the practice talking to your teammates. Man, when Serge is open, give him the ball. He will make that shot.
Well, if you wonder how much difference a coach can make for a player, there it is, huh?
You heard it in Serge's voice, too. That confidence has already been planted in him. That voice telling him, shoot the ball, is now in his own head. He's going to be just fine.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. Taking a look here at the Raptors' performance here, guys. What have they been doing or not doing, in your opinion?
Protecting that rim early on, that's been a big factor for them tonight.
Well, you can erase a lot of defensive mistakes when you have shot blockers lurking in the background.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So on the floor for Washington, Mahinmi is out there with Scott. Then there's Frazier. Then there's Oubre, and it's Meeks in at the 2. Here's Wright after the basket by Washington. And the shot goes in from Siakam. Siakam's got the lead up to 10 now for the Raptors. Right against Frazier. On the wing, Scott launches it. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Nogueira's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Tries from 16. That's good for Miles on the assist by Wright. And now a 12-point Raptor lead.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Well over a decade in the NBA for C.J. Miles, taken straight out of high school by the Jazz back in 2005.
And he's just now entering his 30s. A good floor spacer and solid defender at the 2 or 3 spot.
Pass to Siakam. Raptors moving the ball around. Wright sets a screen. The feed to Miles. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Keeps it alive. Rebound by Mahinmi. Wizards trail by 12. Oubre kicks to Frazier. He dishes it to Meeks. The Wizards with another miss.
And this is a guy that can get you stops. Aggressive on the defensive end.
Also doing a good job of tracking the ball, contesting the mid-range jumper as well.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, it may not be the era of the center in the NBA, but Jonas Valanciunas has something to say about that. He said, "I try to make sure they don't forget about centers. I'll keep reminding them. The league is full of guys that can do different things, but I still think you need a center that can rebound the ball and score in the low post." Agreed. Kevin?
The centers are still important, David. Good to see Valanciunas making his presence felt in the paint. But they get it back. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. Now let's check out and highlight the best defenses in the NBA. In the third position, the Wizards. In fourth, the Raptors.
And we're getting to watch two of the NBA's great defensive teams. I mean, very difficult to score as they both contest every shot.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. They set the pick. Lowry has the open look. The three-pointer off the mark. Wizards trail by 12. Beal gets a wide open look. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Beal's got his third bucket of the night.
He has great instincts on the offensive end. He's tough to contain.
Lowry kicks to Ibaka. No good from Valanciunas.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Wall passes to Beal. Shoots over Powell. Not enough on that one as it misses.
I'll tell you what, despite the miss, he's going to be looking for that same shot again.
Back to DeRozan. To the inside. Deflects the pass. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris.
And a chance here to take a look at the numbers for Jonas Valanciunas. 16th in rebounding. 19th in blocks. And with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, you put the ball in his hands, and he converts at a remarkable rate.
And as you were saying, one of the better rebounders in the league. He just has that tireless work ethic that also motivates the rest of his teammates.
When you earn your keep inside, you get used to fighting through contact. Valanciunas getting it done.
Washington calls timeout. Last time they met was in Toronto, where they beat the Raptors.
And they had to scrape and claw to get the win the last time these two teams went head-to-head. It came down to a few key free throws at the end.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Wall dishes to Gortat. It's Beal on the wing, guarded by Powell, and Beal kicks to Wall. So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. I think everyone can now agree that John Wall is one of the better point guards in the NBA.
No doubt. At this point, when you factor in his production, he's got to be in the top 5, if not top 3 guards in the league. One of the better passers we have as well. It's just hard to find guards that can create so easily the way Wall can.
And he knocks down the first one. In with all the young, talented players in the NBA, so much upside for the league, for the individuals, for the team, Smitty. Which players do you think have just scratched the surface of their potential?
I think a guy you look at is Kristaps Porzingis. I think Joel Embiid. I look at Jabari Parker, another guy. I think Julius Randle with the Lakers is a guy who's just scratching that surface. Those guys have a chance to be great.
DeRozan with it. 11 points in the game. Ibaka with the screen on Porter. DeRozan with it. Now guarded by Gortat. The offensive rebound. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
The Raptors shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight.
And when you got a team percentage of about 81%, you're going to be one of the elites in this league.
One shot.
The free throw drops for Valanciunas. And Valanciunas, far from a finished product, Steve. His coaches and teammates feel he will get better. But in your opinion, where does he need to improve?
I think on the defensive end, he does a nice job of blocking shots. But I would love to see him in rotations, being able to be there a little bit earlier. And then on the offensive end, extend his range a little bit more and also have somewhat of a go-to move down on the low block.
And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. Raptors leading by 12. Outside Lowry. He kicks it to Powell. Back to Lowry. Right wing. Here's Ibaka. The shot will not fall. Now Washington takes it the other way. Now here's Wall. Guarded by Powell. And Wall kicks to Beal. Shoots off the screen, and it's off the back rim. No good.
And you see why his reputation is so strong defensively. He allows no separation.
And so many defenses are not designed to take away the mid-range jumper, but he's given nothing away.
Snatched up. Valanciunas. Gortat with the defensive effort. Wizards trail by 12.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Second shot opportunity, and it's Porter getting it to go. Porter's got his first 2 points of the night.
Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Here's the screen. Powell, the pass to DeRozan. Screen by Valanciunas. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Well, DeMar DeRozan grew up in Compton, idolizing Kobe Bryant. He's patterned his game after him as an isolation scorer, able to hit tough shots with a hand in his face.
One shot.
That's good from DeMar DeRozan. And DeRozan always looking to get into his defender. He's got the size, Steve, and the athleticism to finish over the top.
And he has worked a lot on his ball handling and footwork. The master at the mid-range game. He's a bucket getter. In isolation plays, he's comfortable creating his own offense. And tonight, he just hasn't been efficient offensively. That's a big reason why they're behind.
Yep, that one goes in there. That's 7 points for Valanciunas.
It's amazing. He is on fire here in the second period after going scoreless in the first.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. You know, Steve, he may not have come into the league as a big-time three-point shooter, but Kyle Lowry has made that a big part of his offensive game.
He has. He averages around 10 points a game from long distance. He's able to make shots off the catch and shoot, and he's comfortable off the dribble. That's huge at the point guard position nowadays.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
And also protecting the rim at all costs. I love the anticipation to affect the shot.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
And here's Wall. 8 points for him. Morris with the screen for Wall. To the middle to end the run. And Morris throws it down.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
I think it very well could be. That might be the game-changing play that helps push them over the top.
And Toronto has possession after the basket by Washington. Ibaka against Beal. And Lowry has it in the corner. 6 to shoot. Over Beal. Up again. Rebound, Washington. Outside, Wall. Down low. Gortat misses.
Can't finish. And defensively, nice job of altering the shot without fouling.
Here's DeRozan. The jumper from the free throw line is good. DeRozan's got 5 points now in the quarter.
One of his strong points, DeMar DeRozan, is so dependable when he gets to the mid-range. He knocks those down often.
Here's Wall.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. Now Lowry, 6 points for him. Ibaka, this is to Valanciunas. Shoots over Gortat, misses off the right iron.
Wow, he had it at point-blank range, but the defense was all over him.
Oh,
okay,
wow.
okay.
And Wall, just a talented offensive player, someone who lights up the shot chart from just about every area.
Here's Lowry. He isn't playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Outside, Beal. And again, Washington with the triple.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Screen by Ibaka. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen. And a look here at the shot chart for DeRozan.
You know, I doubt they came into this game thinking they would be doing this much damage from mid-range, but you have to give them credit for being able to see what is available in their offense and then exploit the weakness of the D. To be successful in this league, you have to be flexible, and they've done a great job of that so far.
Now here's Wall. He's got 12. Gortat. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, another missed opportunity, and you can just see the frustration.
He wants to help his team, but when you're in position to finish, it's hard to turn that down.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
The momentum is building, scoring in a bunch of ways. That's why his number keeps getting called.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
Yeah, they were able to keep it close for the most part, but you could just tell they were not in sync as a unit.
Communication seemed to be missing, and if you want to come away with a lot of wins, you have to have that.
And Washington going with a whole new group here. Now here's Miles. He's got 11. Right outside. Siakam passes to Anunoby. Tries a three. Rebound by Mahimi.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
Outside, Meeks. Good. Great play set up by Frazier. And now just a 5-point Toronto lead. Kicks to Miles. There's a screen. .146 left in the first half. They need this one. They get it back. Dishes to Wright. Now here's Miles. He's guarded closely. Siakam passes to Anunoby. Here's Siakam. He's guarded by Meeks. From deep, Miles buries the long-range jumper. Miles has got 14.
And you can sense them just starting to squeeze and shrink this lead a little bit.
And stolen by Wright. One-on-one fast break. Shot from 6. Miles with another miss.
He's hit a rough patch this quarter. He's trying to shoot his way out of it, though.
Pass to Scott. Oubre kicks to Scott. It's blocked.
And a good opportunity here to go 2 for 1.
But you also want a decent shot if you can get it. That takes priority.
Here's Wright. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Passes it to Anunoby. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. And the rejection by Mahinmi.
And hitting a bit of a lull here in the second after such a solid opening in that first quarter from the field.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. A free throw off from Scott. Toronto leading by 6. 16 seconds left in the second quarter. Now here's Wright. 8 points his last outing, just 5 on the clock. Toronto needs to get off a shot. Anunoby. And so it's Toronto with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Kyle Lowry. Kyle, you came out strong to take advantage in the first half. Were you pleased with the effort?
Yeah, we got to keep it up. Our defensive intensity has to stay high.
That has led to some great play at the other end. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here. Got Shaq, got Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you back to the halftime show on 2K Sports. DeMar DeRozan brought his A game early tonight. He had 16 points and 1 rebound. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
What impressed me and continues to impress me is how much DeRozan has improved. A volume shooter who maintains efficiency with a high free throw rate and tremendous in isolation. Not many guys can stop him one-on-one, and we saw that in the first half.
And over to Shaq, your take on the Wizards.
Well, their poor rebounding is really hurting them. It hasn't killed them on the scoreboard yet, but they need to pick it up. This is a game they can win. If they come out hustling in the second half, they can win.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. A fantastic game from DeMar DeRozan so far.
And every team needs this, a guy who challenges the defense with that slashing ability.
You know what? So many teams focus on the perimeter and alley-oops. It's important to have someone who can work that in-between area.
Wizards trail by 6. Ibaka is the 4, and Valanciunas in the middle. Lowry out there with Norman Powell, and it's DeRozan in at the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
And the officials now calling the shooting foul. He got a lot of ball on the block, but also got the body, so some free throws coming up right now. And can't hit the shot, but they're saying he got hacked, so he'll head to the free throw line. It's going to be on John Wall. The Raptors have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight. And the first one at the line is good. Steve, you were such a great shooter over the course of your terrific career. Is that something that just came naturally to you? Was it learning the right technique early on, or was it just repetition?
You know, Kevin, started off in high school. I was a big George Gervin fan, so I had my elbows out trying to shoot like him. Got to Michigan State, and Judd Heathcote had his little ruler making my elbow get in, and he had this thing called ready shoot. I did that over and over and over. So I would say naturally I was pretty good, but it was repetition and a guy like Judd Heathcote making me a good shooter into a better shooter. And then plus, I played with Tim Duncan and David Robinson one year. You're talking about wide open looks. I led the league in three-point shooting because of those guys.
It's stolen by Valanciunas. Powell kicks to Lowry. Misses the three.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
And it's the little things that Marcin Gortat is so good at that helps you at that center position. His awareness of space, strong in the pick and roll, and also a solid finisher at the rim.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And with Gortat, it's those little things like setting timely screens or Greg moving to open up room for others that make him so valuable.
Kevin, he is deadly in the pick and roll. One of the best screeners in terms of his effectiveness to create space. And usually he's near the top of the league in terms of baskets that are created off of his screens.
Both free throws good from Gortat.
Dwayne Casey, he's in his 7th season as a head coach of the Raptors. He's developed a great continuity and a comfort level with his players.
DeRozan, no good off the front iron.
They can't buy one right now. 0 for 4 already to start the third.
Wall dishes to Porter. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And Casey is very collaborative with his staff and players.
You know why, Kevin? He has no ego with him. It's always a two-way conversation with his players. It's about getting it right no matter whose idea it is.
There's DeRozan. Following the basket by Otto Porter. DeRozan gets the bucket.
Well, you need to start somewhere. After 4 straight misses this half, let's see if this gets them going.
Lowry against Wall. It's Beal on the wing. Back to Wall. Nice ball movement by Washington. Shoots from the elbow. And the shot is good. The Raptor lead has been cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Gortat. To the paint. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
Jonas Valanciunas, the big fella, dominating in the paint.
Morris with a screen on Lowry. Ball passes to Morris. It's stolen by DeRozan. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Kept alive. The second effort. Gortat with the defensive effort. Wizards trail by 6. Wall up top. Now recovering. Here's Gortat. They get a hand on it.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
And DeRozan throws it down.
Nice work on the offensive end by DeMar DeRozan. Nobody can slow him down.
Ball against Lowry. There's a screen by Gortat. And the slam dunk by Wall.
And you can tell he's hungry because that's how you eat away at a lead right there. Make some highlight reel plays and shake that defense up.
Well, Greg, you're right. Not all 2 points are the same. Not when they come on a stuff like that one.
Sometimes you want to send a message, and a message was sent. What a dunk.
DeRozan. Porter with a block. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up.
And a moment now to see the stats for Powell. How last month turned out for him, he's right around 9 points a night, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds.
And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
You need guys who understand their roles. Carry them out without complaint. Everything he does is for the team.
And that one falls for John Wall.
Yeah, easy to appreciate Wall, an all-star caliber talent who just fills up the stat sheet.
And so John Wall nails both of them.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
The dish now to Powell. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Feeds it to DeRozan. 6 on the shot clock. Over Porter. And the shot falls short this time. Wizards trail by 4. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, Raptors coach Dwayne Casey talked about the chemistry on his team. He said, we couldn't be better. There's no ego, no hidden agendas. Guys understand their roles. Kyle Lowry told me, we're a complete team, 15 deep, and we really mean that. You never know whose time it's going to be. Kevin?
DA depth is a crucial part of any team's success. When you can rely on your teammates to step up is huge. Now Valanciunas following the miss by Otto Porter from deep. The shot by Powell, no good. Lowry against Wall. He feeds it to Gortat. Porter with the screen for Gortat. Here's Wall, and Wall with the slam.
And how about Wall? Just phenomenal at taking it to the defense with that lightning quick first step.
And here are the Raptors now. 17 points was their biggest margin. Outside Lowry. Oh, the lob to DeRozan. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And here's the stat sheet on DeMar DeRozan. The last 10 or so games, he has been remarkable. 6th in scoring, and he's among the top 20 free throw shooters in the league. Doesn't waste many opportunities at the line.
And you noted it. His points per game average is unreal right now. He's literally propping up the team's offense, scoring whenever they need him to. First one falls for him.
What you get with DeRozan possesses the prototypical frame for an NBA wing that helps him get to the line with frequency.
Both free throws good from DeRozan.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Outside Wall. The pass to Gortat. Morris a screen. Gortat inside. Valanciunas is there. Shot is good, and the Toronto lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Gortat. Powell kicks to Valanciunas. Screen by Ibaka. Lowry inside the line. And the Raptors miss again.
Boy, this is rough on him. He wants to help out the team, which is playing well otherwise, but his shot just isn't there.
And last season, Greg, you heard a lot of names brought up for most improved player in the league, and Otto Porter was one of them.
I mean, and I think for Porter, the change came when he just felt more comfortable from deep in terms of shooting. He always had a solid mid-range game, but now he looks comfortable from deep and has become one of the bigger threats we have in the league.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
Free throw good. Porter. And the Raptors with some changes. Nogueira's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas, and it's C.J. Miles in for Norman Powell. And he can't hit the second.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
For Washington, they've gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. And Wall kicks to Porter. Beal with a screen for Porter. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by DeRozan. Three-pointer, Lowry. Gortat with the rebound. Gortat's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Now here's Wall. He's got 18. Pass to Morris. It's stolen by Ibaka. DeRozan against Porter. Lets it go from 14. And it's DeRozan missing. Washington trailing. Porter dishes the Wall. And there's the feed to Gortat. It's Porter outside. It's good from long range. Porter's got 8. Toronto's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. There's the screen. Lowry passes to Ibaka. Ibaka drawing the double team. Kicks it to DeRozan. Just 5 on the clock. Makes it off the glass. DeRozan's got the game tied up here for the Raptors.
The versatility of DeMar DeRozan can finish with power or finesse in the painted area.
Washington calls timeout. You gotta like what DeMar DeRozan has done in this game.
And he's been taking it to the rack all game, and they haven't been able to contain him. They have to put up better fight on the inside.
And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. And a look here at the shot chart for the Raptors.
Well, that is what it looks like when you are in the zone. He's been very efficient with his scoring and is leading the way for his team on offense. With every make, you can see the confidence growing. And I don't think he'll slow down anytime soon.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Raptors trail by 3.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Anunoby passes to Miles. Here's Nogueira. The layup off target.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Right against Frazier. He dishes it to Meeks. Back to Frazier with the shot. Toronto grabs the miss. Siakam's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Dishes it to Miles. Pass to Siakam. Here's Anunoby. "13 feet away." Rebound by Mahimi. Mahimi's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Meeks with it. Now right defender. Offensive rebound. The second effort. Scott can't get it to go. And the foul on Mike Scott. That's foul number 2 for him. Raptors trail by 3. Right with it. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. He kicks to Miles. A floater. He doesn't hit that one. And it's Washington the other way. Outside, Meeks. Here's Mahimi. Passes it to Oubre. And the shot is long. Toronto's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. And here's Miles. He's got 14. And the rejection by Mahimi. Now, here's Meeks. Defended by Miles. Here's Frazier. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It goes in. Lucas Nogueira.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Woo shots.
And he can't get the first one. And the second free throw, good. Now, Wright. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Down low. Here's Nogueira. And the dunk by Nogueira.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Now, here's Oubre. Back to Mahinmi. And Scott has it in the corner. And again, Washington, no good. Toronto trailing. And Miles kicks to Wright. 1:46 left to play in the third. Back to Miles. 6 to shoot. They set the pick. Shoots over Meeks. Miles with another miss.
The struggles just continue this quarter. They can ill afford to have this many empty possessions.
Meeks dishes to Mahinmi. Back to Meeks. Right against Frazier. Here's Meeks. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Nogueira's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Anunoby. No good. That would have tied it.
You know, with that much room, you don't lay it up. You throw it down like you've been disrespected.
Good. Frazier's got 5 points so far.
I like it. I like it. He broke out the fancy finish there.
Raptors trail by 4. Right outside. There's the dish to Miles. Miles with another miss.
And he's really trying to get them back into it, but the results just have not been there.
Meeks can't hit.
He just can't get it cranked up from beyond the arc. No threes in this half after just hitting 1 in the first.
And here we go. Washington fast break. Here's Scott. Nogueira pulls it in.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position. Does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
And that'll be Toronto as it goes out of bounds. Raptors retain possession. It's stolen by Mahinmi. And now the fast break. Meeks with the ball. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one. And he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity.
And so it's Washington. With their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter, their defense has been active and effective. We'll return shortly. Now let's take a listen on head coach Dwayne Casey.
But man, we got to get down and get engaged at the other end. All right, be precise, send the ball to the screen, come across the screen, focus on the defensive end. Let's go.
There you hear Dwayne Casey asking for more precision on offense and more attention to detail on defense.
Yeah, carry out your assignments on both ends. Do the little things that ultimately make a big difference in the outcome of the game.
And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. So on the floor for Washington, Frazier is out there with Jody Meeks. Then there's Oubre. Then there's Ian Mahinmi. And it's Scott in at the 4 spot. Meeks, good.
There it is. Just lined it up and knocked it down. His first 3 of the half, second of the game.
There's a good screen. Feeds to Miles. Lets it go from deep. They get it back. Nogueira. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
And Nogueira, the 7-footer out of Brazil, very long, Steve, and athletic.
He is a leaper. That makes him a threat around the rim on both ends. But on the defensive end, he has to learn not to bite on those pump fakes.
First free throw is good. And some changes here for the Raptors. Jonas Valanciunas comes in for Pascal Siakam. And it's Powell in for Anunoby. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Here's Meeks. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Over to the left wing. Here's Oubre. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It goes in. Lucas Nogueira.
Wow. He got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
Free throw, good. Oubre. The Raptors making a switch here. Ibaka's checked in. Both free throws good for Oubre. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Raptors trail by 7. Here's Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
And way to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. Frazier, the pass to Meeks. To the wing right side. Here's Oubre. Rebound by the Raptors. The pass to Miles. Over Oubre. That's good for Miles on the assist by Wright. Wright's got his 8th assist in the game. Washington leading now by 3. Here's Frazier. Valanciunas grabs the board. Valanciunas has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. That ties it up. Powell's got 5 points now this quarter.
And he finally gets involved from beyond the arc. His first 3 of the game comes here in the second quarter.
Frazier against Wright. Here's Oubre. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Toronto. Kyle Lowry comes in for Wright, and a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Gortat's checked in for Mahinmi. Markieff Morris comes in for Mike Scott. Beal's checked in for Meeks, and John Wall subbed in for Tim Frazier. Good on the second free throw.
You know he wanted to knock down all his shots at the line, but he still did enough to put them in front.
Wall against Lowry. And that misses. That would have put him up. The Wizards have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. And Wall with the slam.
And just the overall aggressiveness. Wall enjoys taking on a challenge and succeeding, especially when the D is all over.
And DeRozan kicks to Ibaka. Back to DeRozan. Screen by Ibaka. Pass to Lowry. Fires the three. Again, the miss by Lowry.
Not in rhythm. He had the 2 triples in the first half. None so far in the second.
Gortat with the screen for Beal. He feeds it to Morris. 4 on the clock. Down low. 9 feet out. Goes back up. Kicks to Gortat. Out left to the wing. From beyond the arc. That shot off. And Toronto will go the other way with it. Following this game, they hit the road. They'll take on the Knicks in New York. And that one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team.
With a full head of steam in the open floor, there aren't many ways to stop DeRozan from scoring.
Wall against Lowry. Toronto grabs the miss. Lowry's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Powell kicks to Valanciunas. Wall against Lowry. Ibaka wide open. He fires. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Gortat dishes to Beal. And the rejection by Ibaka.
Great defense by Serge, a tremendous athlete, blessed with insane length and leaping ability.
Left side Lowry. Oh, the lob to DeRozan, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lowry.
I mean, clearly not on the same page right there. You hate to give away possessions.
Porter's checked in for Kelly Oubre. The Wizards with the lead. Now here's Wall. Morris with a screen on Lowry. Wall passes to Porter. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got 4 assists now tonight.
I love the adjustments he's made here in the second half, getting the looks he wants now and shooting a much higher percentage.
And Ibaka kicks to DeRozan. Sinks that one from the post. DeRozan's got 12 points in just the second half.
Vital basket there. This is just the time and really just the situation when he looks to take over.
Wall dishes to Gortat. Back to Wall. The feed now to Gortat. And the rejection by Valanciunas.
You see the length of Valanciunas on display with that block. Just went up and got it.
That ties the game. And that's now 30 points for DeMar DeRozan.
And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
You see why his number's being called. Dangerous score down the stretch.
Here's Wall, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. No good on the second free throw. The Raptors have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Been some solid looks for them. And they take the lead. That's now 32 points for DeMar DeRozan.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And you could argue Bradley Beal was one of the bigger all-star snubs from last season. It's great to see what he can do when finally healthy, and has always been a dangerous scorer when he's at 100%.
Two shots.
First free throw is good. And with Beal, and Greg, you brought this up with his help because he hadn't been able really to play a full slate of games in his first 4 years in the NBA.
Yeah, and credit him for dedicating his efforts to improve his health. I mean, was a time when you thought injuries would maybe limit his career, but when he's on the court, he is one of the best we have at that off-guard position, and he's only going to get better.
He is definitely disappointed. He couldn't put his team up in front, but at least he knotted this one up.
Lowry kicks to Ibaka. Ibaka drawing the double team. Here's Valanciunas. The shot, no good. Gortat with the defensive effort. Beal, the pass to Porter. Here's Wall. And the rejection by Valanciunas. Inside. And finished off by DeRozan.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. And the replay presented by Under Armour. Unleash chaos, giving us the chance to enjoy that alley-oop all over again. But they'll get another chance. Gortat against Valanciunas. Gortat dishes to Beal. The kick out to Porter. Shoots over DeRozan. Porter, no luck. Raptors with the lead. Fast break, Toronto. Lowry fires. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assist. 8 points for Kyle Lowry.
Great heads-up look there from DeRozan to get his teammate an easy basket.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And Beal kicks to Gortat. Back to Beal. And the layup is good.
On the attack, he has that ability, trying to close this one out.
Yeah, and the rim protection, not there. You expect someone to at least come over and contest.
Here's Ibaka. Good work defensively by Morris.
I'll tell you what, his shot's off, but the rest of the team is on. That's why they're still winning.
Here's Wall. Gortat, the pass to Porter. It's stolen by DeRozan. Fast break, Toronto. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to go on Markieff Morris. That's good from DeRozan. Wizards trail by 5. Morris with a screen on Lowry. And Wall kicks to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
And the vision and understanding Wall has in pick-and-roll situations is second to none. So many of his teammates have become better shooters because of Wall's perfect passes out of that set.
Lowry dishes to Ibaka. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And Ibaka, a cornerstone player for 7 years in Oklahoma City, but they trade him away to Orlando and subsequently traded to Toronto.
You thought he'd have a bigger role in OKC under Billy Donovan, but it didn't happen. He wasn't content to just spot up and wait for the basketball. And they thought he might leave in free agency, so they looked to get value in return.
The free throw drops for Ibaka.
And Serge Ibaka, remember, it was a first-team all-defense selection. But over time, I think he's become more of a scoring-minded player, and I think that's affected his impact defensively.
Ibaka hits both of them. And Serge Ibaka, the league leader in block shots for 2 years in a row in 2012 and 13, but he sends them back at about half the rate he once did.
Yeah, but even still, pretty good shot blocker. You add in his finishing and outside shooting, and he's a player to be reckoned with. Is it me, or does it just feel like he gets every rebound that comes up?
No, it's felt like that all game. He is just aggressive and finds ways to snag rebounds out of thin air sometimes.
And it's good, 2 points. And the Raptors lead by 7.
And that's what makes Lowry a great floor leader. Just unselfish in his attitude and great awareness of how to keep his teammates involved.
It's Wall with the drive. And it's Beal in the corner. Shoots over Powell. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. And that's 18 points for Beal. Powell with the screen to the middle. DeRozan, and it's DeRozan with the extra effort.
Ever since his days at USC, DeRozan has been a natural on offense.
Morris a screen. And Wall kicks to Morris. Back to Wall. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Shooting 2.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. Up making the second, and that trims the lead to 6.
They needed more from him there. Any point they can get is absolutely critical for them right now.
On the wing, DeRozan, guarded by Porter. Porter against DeRozan. Baseline J on the way. No good from Valanciunas. Wizards trail by 6. Dishes at the wall over Lowry, and that one comes up a bit short. Toronto's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the 3rd quarter. Morris with the block.
And definitely playing the opponent, but also they're playing against the clock.
I think that's the thing. You can't give away 1 second now. You're toast.
Here's Wall, and the rejection by Valanciunas.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
And Lowry gets it to go.
A nice 3-point shooter. Kyle Lowry extends the defense, trying to cover him.
Wall against Lowry. And Wall. Here we go now. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Shooting 2.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. A new group in now for the Raptors. Nogueira, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Pascal Siakam comes in for Serge Ibaka. Anunoby, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Wright in for Kyle Lowry. And a new group getting ready to come in for Washington. Mahimi's checked in for Gortat. Mike Scott comes in for Morris. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Otto Porter Jr. And it's Frazier in for Beal. And here are the Raptors now. Wright with it. Pass to Siakam. Wants to get it to DeRozan and does. A second chance effort. He dishes it to Wright. Pass to Anunoby. Shot clock at 5. Another shot. He squares up and sinks it.
And this is the kind of deficit it would take a miracle to overcome.
I think this hometown crowd agrees with you. They are fired up about it.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. They're down by 10. 3 seconds left to play here in the fourth. What's your take, guys?
And this is what happens when you dig yourself a hole. It's hard to climb out of.
You know, this part of the game, focus on good execution. The rest will take care of itself.
Knocked away. Meeks inside the three-point line. And the miss. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thank you. DeMar, this team is playing well together. How are you encouraging and fostering that sense of all of you being together and playing well?
We're just making everybody comfortable. We're making each and everybody on this team comfortable. If it's jump shots, if it's attacking the basket, you know, even if it's on the defensive end, you know, we just giving each other confidence every time we practice.
And it sure looks like it out there tonight, DeMar. Thanks a lot. Kevin, back to you.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, thanking you for being with us. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.